Hey guys, so today I have a sort of creepy cute Halloween DIY for you guys. I absolutely love how this turned out. It is super cute. So this was something that I had an idea for. I found the actual pattern for it on Pinterest, but did my own little twist for it. I basically just used the pattern for the eyeball and the bow shape, and then I went ahead and I did my inside colors differently, and I added to that bottom there. I will explain more as I show you how I made this. So it's kind of like a Pinterest post with an original twist to it. I don't know how to explain it. All I know is that this thing came out creepy cute. Absolutely love it, and it would make a perfect accessory to any kind of a Halloween costume, or if you just want to wear something creepy cute to work for Halloween, this is going to be the best bow for you. So let's go ahead and let's see how I made this awesome creepy cute eyeball bow. So for this DIY, you're going to need an assorted color of perler beads, a square pegboard, a piece of parchment paper, a large barrette to put it on. You're also, of course, going to need hot glue gun with a hot glue stick. And then last but most certainly not least, you're going to need an iron. Now make sure that iron is already on and to that cotton setting. So as per usual, I'm going to start by doing the outline of my bow. I love doing the outlines first. I think it just makes the rest of the project so much easier. So as you can see, I'm starting out with my eyeball, and then once I get my eyeball done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the outline of the bow part that my eyeball is attached to. So now that I have that outline done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that black part into the middle of my eyeball so that I already have that done and taken care of, and that should complete for your black. Then I'm just going to go ahead and start doing the blue part of my eyeball. Now you can make your eyeball any color you want. I've seen it done in purple, I've seen it done in green and blue. I personally just like blue because I thought it would make an awesome contrast to the rest of the colors that I used for my bow. So once I got that eyeball done, I went ahead and I started using my red for accent. And then I realized that I kind of missed the folds on my bow that really make it look like a bow. And that's very important. So then I went back to using my red. I'm basically using my red as the blood that is on our bow. So I made sure to put some of the red around the edges where the eyeball is attached to the bow itself, because obviously if you're going to be using an eyeball to attach to a bow, it's gonna get your bow bloody. So I went ahead and I put a little circle around the eyeball attached to the bow to make it look bloody. Then I took that red and I just started sporadically putting different kind of blood splatter on top of the bow itself so that it looked like the bow was originally one color and then the red just got all over the place when you attached your eyeball to the bow. And I did both sides different so that they didn't look exactly the same. Now you can do both sides the same, or you can do them differently like I did. I just thought it gave it a little bit of something different for them to be different blood splatters on each side. So then I just finished filling in the rest of the bow with white. Obviously you want your eyeball to be white, but I decided to make the rest of the bow white as well because it gave it a little bit more of a bloody contrast to all of that blood that we put around the eyeball and the splatters of blood that we were putting on the bow itself. So I wanted the bow to be white because I thought that would make an awesome little contrast to go with all of those red perlers that I put to make it look like blood. So once you have all that filled in, you are more than welcome to stop right here and you can pause the video. You can make it just the bow part with the eyeball in the middle. And this in itself is a creepy cute bow. And if you don't want to add all that extra touch that I'm about to add, you are more than welcome to stop here and do it this way. I still think it came out cute, but I wanted to add something a little bit extra to my bow. So if you want to do the extra part like I did, let's go ahead and let's continue on with how I finished my little bow here. So I decided it needed a little bit extra, and obviously if you're ripping somebody's eyeballs out, you're going to have all kinds of blood and nerve endings that are going to be coming out of the eyeball. So I decided to go back with my red and kind of make little drops coming down from underneath the bow. And then obviously when you have all the nerve endings coming out, it's not all going to be red realistically. So I also added in this kind of coral color perler beads just to give it a little bit of a different contrast from the red. So these are kind of like the nerve endings coming out of the eyeball from when you ripped it out of someone's head to attach it to your creepy cute bow. I love it. It's just another way to give this bow like that creepy factor that just makes it so awesome. So once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to melt down this perler project. So with this being a bigger project, you definitely want to take your time with melting it down. And of course, as always, I'm using my rotating and sweeping method because I like to make sure that it gets a nice even coating. Now I did find out that if you do stuff on an angle as well with certain projects, that does kind of help with the bigger projects being melted down better. I found that with this bow that it worked just fine with my normal method. I just had to take a little bit of extra patience and time to get it just right. And then of course, once you finish ironing down your first side, you want to let it sit there and completely cool down until that parchment paper has separated from your project before you flip it over and repeat this process on the opposite side of your bow. So I'm basically just doing the same exact thing with the other side, where I rotate my project and I make sure that I'm moving that iron around it and taking my time and patience to make sure that it all gets melted down properly and it doesn't melt down too much on one side and not enough on the other. I also made sure that as I was ironing that I turned on my hot glue gun so that was nice and warm and ready for me. So once I'm done ironing, I picked which side I liked the best, and then I went ahead and got my barrette out, kind of positioned it where I wanted it to go, and then I got my hot glue gun and put a nice thick line of hot glue down the middle of that barrette, and then I put it onto my Perler creation, making sure it was even, and I held it there. You want to make sure that you hold it there for a little bit, just so that it definitely securely attaches and it doesn't separate the minute you let go. So this is going to roughly take about 2 or 3 minutes for you to hold it. You can hold it longer if you're worried about it, but I usually do mine about 2-3 minutes. So once that's done and your glue has dried, you now have this creepy, awesome Halloween eyeball bow. I love it. I think it turned out amazing, totally gorgeous. And like I said, it's kind of a Pinterest find original. I'm not quite sure how to call it, but I love it. I think it came out so creepy cute, so adorable. I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY as much as I enjoyed making it. Of course, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure that you are also hitting that subscribe button because I have more Halloween DIYs coming up. And of course, don't forget to check out all of my social medias. They'll be in the drop down box below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.